Okay, I just drew out a little Jonah here. As you can see, he's in kind of a swimming position, where this arm will be back over here, and this arm will be here. In other words, frontward up here. And he's about 3 inches long and 3/4 inches wide, and I'm gonna carve him down to kind of make our little figure here, in other words. And it's not going to be it's not going to be extremely detailed or anything like that. It's just going to be, we're just going to have him here like that, okay? And of course this is where his feet are and all that stuff. Let me get my little small knife for this, since I'm going to do this. Now, see my little small bladed knife. What we want to do is this arm is going to be back here, so we want to get rid of this up in here, okay? And the front arm will be more at a backwards, will be front, so we want to get kind of rid of this back here. So what we want to do, first of all, is to cut this and bring that arm back, okay? In the swimming position. Now, let me show you something. You want the grain to be running this way, okay? Like this. You want the grain to be running this way as you carve him. So let's just remove this first. I'm only removing about halfway so that I can a lot of times I just draw my own little person out. In other words, just do it because I want to. Just get some ideas. Okay, see how the arm is back this way? And we want to cut a little bit of this back here because we want the front arm to come forward as in a swimming position. One arm is usually in the back, it's back here, and the other is going forward. In other words, so we're just going to cut about halfway of this back here. We're outside, so you're going to hear some birds, and one's already squawking out there. Okay, and that's going to go forward. Now, the reason we don't want to cut too much off is because we want to bring the face out. Now, what I'm going to do with his face here is I'm just going to kind of draw a little beard like in here, just kind of like this. And we're going to take, and we're going to, and you hear the cars coming by too. This area, they love to make a lot of noise. And I'm just going to kind of do this right here. Bring that back in here. See that? See what I'm doing here? I'm bringing that down right in here. Well, they got all kind of noise going on today. Dogs barking, all kind of stuff. But as you know, I have to carve outside. It's a very hot day here in Texas. And let's go ahead and get our shoes kind of like that, in other words. And make a little cut here where we have our little robe, or he would be in kind of like a little robe. And we'll bring our feet down. Like that. Okay? And let's go ahead and draw a line where our feet's going to be, or his shoes would be. I remember Noah, oh brother, Jonah was wearing his, I'm sure he was wearing his clothes that they wore back then when he was thrown into the water, so naturally he would be wearing shoes, and I don't, he might have had bare feet, I don't, it doesn't matter. We're not looking for biblical accuracy here. But we want to bring that down. See, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to kind of bring this down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back here and sort of draw a line where the, it would be. And we're going to kind of bring this down in here, okay? Because this is all going to come forward. All this is going to come forward a little bit. See, just like this, okay? And we just sort of bring everything down as we go here. And bring this back a little bit. Not a real difficult character to do. You just have to kind of figure out what you want. Let's bring this back here forward. Like I said, we're not looking for biblical accuracy here in any way. We're just trying to do a little figure. Now these shoes are going to have to be brought down a lot. Way too big. Brought down a lot. And come in between the legs a little bit. Just like that. See? Now what we're going to do, we'll have the face looking this way. I'm not going to do much of a expressional face or anything like that. In other words, we're just going to kind of just bring this down a little bit more. Because the arms are going to be very, very thin. Let's see where the... Everything's going to be brought forward here. So basically, let's go ahead and take this off down here like this, where it kind of looks like. Okay, and let's take our arm and just kind of let's just sort of bring it down, sort of make it. And the same thing with this hand, this arm. That's why we only want to take off so much from the back side, because we're going to bring this down even some in here. Okay? And then we're going to bring this down in here. Just like that, see? Bring these shoes down, because Noah was remember Noah was he had all the garb on when he was thrown into the sea. So just a little, I thought it would just be a little bit cute. See? There we go, like that. But I thought it would be a little bit cute that we would have him swimming away from him. And we want to just kind of bring this forward. Back here on his head. As we look at that. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's bring this down a little bit on both sides. And like I said, we come back and start bringing this back of the head forward. Like this. See where the head is going to be looking kind of forward like this, in other words. Now, what we want to do is we want to bring this arm down, because these arms are going to be very, very thin when it's all over with. And we want to be very careful, because this is very, very tight area here. And let's go ahead and draw us a little hand right here. And we want to be very, very careful on both sides. We come up here, we make our thing, and then we come back, we make our cuts. You want to be careful, don't break that in there. There we go. We want to bring that hand down like this, sort of like it's cupped. And we want to sort of cut that where the hand is sticking where it's kind of cupped. Let me see. See like that? See where it's kind of just, you're cutting into there where the hand looks like it's cupped just a little bit. Want to be careful because this is very, very thin right here. There we go. There we go. The hand is cupped. And then we kind of go this into here. Sort of, let's see, it kind of, so see that? Let me get this out of here. Where the hand is cupped in there, in other words. Let's again take down those shoes some more on both sides. Okay, just like that. And most of them wore robes back then, so it's sort of a loose robe. I mean, I'm sure in the water it would be soaked, and I don't know how soon the whale swallowed Jonah. He probably swallowed him not long after he was thrown into the water. But I thought it'd be kind of cute to have him trying to swim away and all that stuff. I'm sure when he saw the whale, if he ever saw him, I don't tell God how he does things, but that's kind of cute in sort of a way. Okay, so we got that back hand or arm kind of the way we want it, and we want to be real careful because this is very, very thin in here, and we want to do the same thing with the front of the hand, the front of the arm. Okay, let's see the back of the head. I just keep bringing it forward. We can kind of give it sort of a little bit of personality. And people had beards back then. Like I said, I'm not looking for realism here. So what we want to do is to once again draw the hand on this one. And the same type thing that we have here, and we want to be very careful because this is very thin up here. This is very thin. And just like that, this hand would be flat also. This would be flat going forward if you were swimming. See? Just like that. Just like that. And also kind of a round here. Just cut that right in there. There we go. Just sort of like that. See? Where the hand's just sort of a little bit down. And we want to just thin this, of course, this arm up so it's not so thick. Okay. Now look at that, see? Actually, you can do Jonah any way that you want to, but I thought it would just be kind of unique having him swimming away from him and having the face looking at you. So let's get the face here, okay? Let's kind of come on both sides. And we're not going to. Now, the beard, mostly it's going to be a lot of beard. We want to come across here with the beard. See that? We kind of do this. And do that. And what I want to do is come across like that. Kind of dig out a little bit in here. Take off a little more in there. So as you can see, he looks like a little swimmer. See? Swimming. And we're not looking for realism here, folks. Like I said, we're just looking for cute little... This is ideal for a children's room, a little Sunday school class, in other words, or whatever. And then the little... the little thing will come up underneath here, and then we'll have him in front of that. Okay. Now, the best thing to do in a case like this, and let me come forward just a little bit more, back over here, bring this forward just a little bit more on his head. All right. Now, all I want to really do is to sort of come across here with a nose. Where the nose will be. And come up here and draw a